Yo guys, yeah, today I'm not gonna be doing any kind of video on wrestling, dealing with AEW or NXT. Um, I haven't talked about this at all on my channel since the incident happened this past Sunday about Kobe Bryant. It really made me thinking a lot about life and how life shouldn't be taken for granted. Um, I feel horrible what happened to that guy. Especially what happened to his daughter. Um, he was definitely an inspiration of an athlete, as a general person in life. Just whatever you do in this life, work your ass off. Do whatever you can to be the absolute best at what you do. And he definitely was that type of person. So is Michael Jordan in basketball. And it was really sad to hear that. I went ahead and got my car fixed over the weekend. This is very ironic, actually. I think a lot of you would find this very ironic, honestly. I'm going ahead and I'm getting my car fixed, getting an oil change, and finding out there's a power steering fluid issue going on with my car, and that there's some major parts that need to be replaced in order to stop the leak. It's a lot of money to replace, and I was a little concerned about doing it right away because I've been forking out a lot of money on my own personal bills and stuff like that. And I said to myself, okay, keep up with the leak and make sure it doesn't fuck anything else up. I should be all right, and take care of it within a month or so. So I'm going ahead and I'm cleaning my car, taking care of the car and all that because I haven't cleaned it in a while. And I go ahead and I come into my room, I chill out and I play some video games and whatnot, finally relaxing after spending an entire weekend taking care of this car. And out of fucking nowhere, I share a place with my dad. And I know it seems a little weird, 31-year-old man sharing a place with his father, but we were more like roommates than father and son. But I go ahead and I'm minding my own business. I'm playing some video games, and my dad just comes out of nowhere and screams, "No!" at the TV screen. I'm like, "What? What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes ahead and he says, "Kobe Bryant just died." I'm like, "What? The fuck are you talking about? Kobe Bryant died?" And then they had it plastered on news of the LA police talking about the incident. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? He goes, I don't know, son. I don't understand this at all. Like, what the fuck? And I'm standing there dumbfounded. I didn't know what to think. I was hoping this was a host, whatever. Just some practical joke or some kind of scheme to fuck with people. Which, from what I heard, Kobe Bryant was known to doing that from time to time. And it wasn't. It was true. He's dead, and so is his daughter and all of the friends that were there on the helicopter. And the helicopter made a mistake, the pilot, and made me really think about my own personal life. My dad is a very paranoid SOB. Worries a lot about me driving a vehicle and shit like that. He also does the same for his daughter, and his daughter absolutely hates it. And it made me think all the times my dad busted my hump about being safe, driving a car, letting him know that I made it from place to place okay, because him and I are very close. And I don't open myself up too much on these videos or give you guys a humongous insight on my own personal life because I don't really think that that's something I should do. Number one. Number two, this channel is about professional wrestling, nothing else, and no more, no less. Um, and it just made me really appreciate what I have for life. And then 2 days later, after this whole incident happened, I am having serious problems with my car. My battery was acting weird. I had a battery icon go on, and my car started acting weird. I almost couldn't stop. I thought I was going to get in a car crash. I came pretty damn close, too. And I just was like creeped out by all of this. This was very, very bizarre that something like that happened, and then my own personal experience, I'm having a problem with my car and I could have almost gotten killed. No lie. I'm not making this up for clickbait. I'm not making this up to make you guys feel sorry for me. I'm just trying to make a point to you guys that you need to appreciate this life, because anybody who's anybody could die at any point in time in this life. 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're gone. Like that. Hey, taking a quote from Shawn Michaels from 2004 between him and Triple H for Last Man Standing. Hey, I know my little wrestling historical facts there in quotes. Thought I'd throw a little humor in here to lighten up the mood a little bit. But I haven't brought it up very much about Kobe Bryant or what he endured during Sunday, and I just kind of wanted to keep away from that because it's a really bad subject, and it's really a horrible subject that something of a guy like that, a figure in such a sport like basketball, or any sport really, to be honest with you. And I'm glad that WWE at the Royal Rumble acknowledged Kobe Bryant's passing. I thought that was very respectful. Even though he has nothing to do with professional wrestling, he was a fucking figure in any sport of any kind. And I'm sorry he's gone. I'm sorry he doesn't have the time to be with his family and enjoy life for the 40 years he might have had more left over, or even more than that. Who knows? Maybe he could have lived till he was in his 90s if this incident would have never happened. And it all had to do with him just going to a basketball game for his daughter's league. I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, granted, maybe he could have taken a limo and taken him and took him and his family and his friends over there instead of taking a helicopter. But was he expecting something like that to happen? Probably not. I mean, the guy probably has done this on multiple occasions in his lifetime. Now that he made big time in sports, and he probably has done this many a times. So he never figured something like this was going to happen, and lo and behold, he took it for granted. I don't want to say he took it for granted. That's a bad way of putting it, but he just was in the wrong place, wrong time, wrong situation, just bad decision making by the pilot too. I mean, there was all kinds of factors that were involved. There was fog. They didn't have the proper equipment to help them guide them through the fog. They should have had some mechanical equipment on the helicopter, which they did not, because the pilot thought he could get through all of it without that. And I thought that was the stupidest thing the fucking pilot could have done, and he ended his own life on top of it. That is the shittiest fucking thing in the world. To have your life ended for making a poor decision. Not because you're a drug addict, not because you're a reckless human being, not because you go ahead and do dumb things that could endanger your life, but just make one bad decision. Just one in this life, and it could end your life permanently. It's a very precious thing, and anyone who takes it for granted is a fucking fool, because your day could end tomorrow. You never even know. You just got to appreciate what you have and and keep moving forward with it and make the best out of it. Not that you should, you know, do reckless things or do outrageous drugs just to enjoy life because you think that your time may come up tomorrow. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we need to take life a day at a time and enjoy everything that we got, whether we have kids, wives, girlfriends, um, family, what have you. Whatever it may be in your life that means very important to you, just enjoy it because you never know when it could be gone. And I feel horrible about what happened to him. And I really would have liked to meet the man. I thought he was a great dude. I stated in a reply about Kobe Bryant and what he meant to me as a kid. He was more of an inspiration as to want to become a basketball player. When I was a kid, I used to play pickup games with some friends and even my oldest cousin, who was like way taller than me. He was like 5'10". I was like 5'2" at the time when I was a little kid at 12 years old. And he would take me and his friends out on a basketball court. We'd play pickup basketball, and I'd pretend I was Kobe Bryant instead of myself, and helped me out very much a lot in my jump shots and how I played on the court and everything. It was a psychological thing. And I used to think about being like Kobe Bryant. He was my version of Michael Jordan because I didn't really get to know Michael Jordan as a player until near the end of his career, um, in like the mid 90s to late 90s, what have you. I mean, I did get to catch a lot of his career, but I don't remember a lot of it as much as I do with Kobe Bryant's because I was just a young kid. Um, but it was a pleasure getting to see Michael Jordan play. Thank God I got to see that growing up as a little kid. But when I was around 10 to 12 years old, I got to see Kobe Bryant in his prime, playing, winning championships, doing everything he can to prove who he is and what he is as a player and as an athlete. And he was one of the best. And more importantly, he wasn't just the best in basketball. He was also a great human being in life. He really learned a lot of mistakes, especially the one that almost cost him his whole entire career and even his marriage, with a woman making false accusations about him and, calling him a rapist, which I think unless the man really did that to you, if you go ahead and you lie about shit like that, you're a piece of garbage. I don't care what the fuck you think. I mean, I don't care if the guy's a fucking man. You don't do that to a man just because you want his fucking money. And what he did, I can't really speak on that. I'm not fully aware of the entire story. Um, and granted, if he did, sleep with her, I mean, at the time, he was a youngster. Number one, he did cheat on his wife, unfortunately. But he, was traveling. He wasn't around his girlfriend, not making excuses. But that is a situation that can lead to something like that to happen. If you don't believe me, go ahead and check out some of the wrestlers in, and what they do to their wives. They cheat on their wives too. And there's a good reason for that. They're always traveling. They're never around their family members. They're never around their girlfriends, I should say, or wives. They're most of the time alone, by themselves. The type of job that they take, of any athlete, not just wrestlers, but any athlete who gets involved in a professional sport of any kind, really should be considering, am I going to be able to keep myself from making a horrible mistake and doing something that may hurt someone else's feelings that I'm with? And if they feel that they have the urge to want to be involved with someone else, then they really shouldn't be in any relationship till they plan on not wanting to be in that profession anymore. And I think that's a lot of what the mistakes are made for a lot of athletes in relationship aspects. But other than that, I mean, Kobe Bryant really was an amazing human being. And as he got older, he became more intelligent and more considerate. From what I learned, he was very harsh on reporters. And as he got older, near the end of his career and after his career, he was very considerate and understanding and more nice towards the people that interviewed him back in the day. And he apologized for any things that he might have done or said to them to be, offended by his actions or what he was saying to them. And it blows. It blows that he's gone. And it sucks. Another great athlete, great wrestler. Anytime a wrestler, athlete, whatever, anytime someone dies, it sucks. The only time I think it's great when someone dies is when they have gotten to live a long, prosperous life. They got to live to their 70s, 80s, and 90s. You can't really say that they didn't get an opportunity to live a fulfilling life. I mean, you got more than enough time to fulfill something in that lifespan within 70 plus years. If you haven't done that, then you didn't live life properly. That's just my attitude on that. But other than that, I mean, 41 years old, he still had plenty of years left in him to live and fulfill a lot of the things, especially more importantly, I think one of the things that probably he would love to be able to still do is be a father to his daughters. And more importantly, to his 13-year-old daughter who passed away with him in that helicopter. You just never know. You never know, and you always really should appreciate what you got, because it could be gone like that in less than a second. And I'm sorry to him, and more importantly, I'm sorry to his daughter, because she only lived 13 years. And what the fuck can you do in 13 years? Really? I mean, I can relate knowing somebody who didn't have a long life. I had a friend named Trey who was dying of leukemia. He died at the age of 9 years old. I think I was a year or two older than him. And I thought one day he'd be able to overcome it, get the proper treatment that he needed. They just couldn't get it for him, and he croaked. That's a really fucking shitty situation, dying at a young age like that. And it fucking blows. Anyway, with me getting all emotional here, which I really never do outside of ranting and raving about pro wrestling. I'd like to... this tribute video is to him, and I'd like to thank him for all the wonderful memories he provided to fans that were basketball fans or in general, and also doing a lot of positive things while he was in basketball and after he was done with basketball. He's going to be sincerely missed, and I'm sorry to him and his family for their loss. And I thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button if you did like this tribute I gave to Kobe Bryant. And I won't be doing any wrestling reviews this week. I'm keeping up with all the shows and everything just so I'm aware of what's going on. But I don't feel like doing much of anything dealing with wrestling. I didn't even hardly pay attention to NXT tonight, and I was watching that over AEW. I really just wasn't into it, especially with all the shit I'm dealing with too with my car. So anyway, guys, hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. And I thank you very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. Bye.